On Monday, the ODM party held its Central Management Committee under the chairmanship of the party leader Raila Odinga. And during that meeting, the ODM party made certain changes to some two key organs of the party. Now, this is what the ODM party communicated after that meeting. They are saying, the ODM Central Committee met this morning under the chairmanship of party leader Raila Odinga. During a meeting held in Nakuru on 27th to 28th of June 2019, the National Executive Committee, under Article 7.5 of the party constitution, mandated the Central Committee to reconstitute the party standing committees. Pursuant thereto, the Central Committee has today made the following changes to the membership of the said committees and organs of the party. Number one is the ODM National Elections Board. This board was previously chaired by Judy Pareno. So they are saying number one is NEB. The NEB has been reconstituted as follows. Professor Catherine Moma, chairperson. Then there is Abdullah Ndirie, member. There is Richard Tairo, member. Then there is Sinte Nchoe, a youth operative from Masai, very well known within the party, and fondly referred to as Nyar Masai within the ODM circles. Then there is Emily Awita. I think she comes from Siaya County. Then number two is the Party National Disciplinary Committee, previously chaired by Wakili Athuok. So Professor Ben Sihanya is the chairperson. Ramadan M. Abubakar, a young lawyer, is a member. Then there is Mumbi Ngaru, a Raila Odinga loyalist from Central Kenya. Then there is Seth Kakusie. Then there is Seth Kakusie. Then there is Dr. Florence Omosa. Now, from this list, you can tell that Raila Odinga this time around is trying to fix the biggest problem which ODM party has always been facing: the disciplinary committee and the elections board. The mere fact that two professors are chairing this committee, and the mere fact that Raila Odinga for the first time now decided to do away with Pareno, points to a man who is seriously reconstituting his arsenals for the presidency in 2022. But I'm going to look into these particular changes in details in a subsequent video. For now, I want to give you the list of Raila Odinga's dream team for 2022 general election. So far, Raila Odinga has not declared whether he's going to run for the presidency or not. But your guess is as good as mine. The name Raila Odinga is likely to be on the ballot in 2022. And there are several factors that will also affect Raila Odinga. You know, so far, NASA is dead. So which means Raila Odinga must look for other partners outside ODM. And that's where President Uhuru Kenyatta and his allies are coming on board. And if that alliance, if that Uhuru Kenyatta and his allies if Uhuru Kenyatta and his allies will not work for Raila Odinga, then it means he will campaign under the banner of the ODM party. And that's why he's trying to strengthen ODM party. So the following are the members, the dream team members, because Raila Odinga is trying to regionalize this particular campaign. So at number one, we have Hassan Joho and Amason Kingi. These two gentlemen will handle the cost. Because you know, Amason Kingi is not going to run again for the presidency. Hassan Joho is not going to run for the presidency. And these two guys are actually eyeing the regional government. So assuming the referendum will not provide for regional government, so it means either of them will agree to work or to serve as a cabinet secretary. So that's the thing. So one of them will decide to then go and contest either as a member of parliament, then they are appointed as a cabinet secretary from parliament, because the proposals within the constitution, the proposed new constitution, suggests that a cabinet secretary will come from both parliament and outside. But political parties, and because we are in politics, majority of them will actually come from parliament. So someone like Amason Kingi can go and then run in Magarini, where his brother is currently a member of parliament, then in the hope that once they take over the leadership, then he can be appointed a cabinet secretary. The same to Hassan Joho. Though Hassan Joho, I'm sure, is not going to run for the parliamentary seat. He's aiming for the prime minister. So Amason Kingi is going to run in the hope that he's appointed a cabinet secretary. Hassan Joho is going to run in the hope that he lands either one of the vice deputy presidents or the deputy prime minister. So this team is going to handle the coastal region. And then at number 2 is the Western circuit. Now in Western, Oparanya is going to play a key role. Oparanya is the deputy party leader of ODM party. Then we are going to have Paulo Tuoma. Paulo Tuoma is also going to play a key role because Amos Wako is going to retire from politics in the next general election. So Paulo Tuoma has been holding meetings. I mean, meetings have been held in Paulo Tuoma's home, so which means Paulo Tuoma is going to play a key role in that next general election and also to consolidate the entire Busia. Because remember, after the last general election, there was a fallout. So Otuoma is going to play that role. And then there is going to be Eugene Wamalwa. So Eugene Wamalwa is also going to be part of the team. So Eugene Wamalwa is likely to contest for a gubernatorial seat in Trans Nzoia. If you want to do that, then he's going to contest for a parliamentary seat in Saboti, and then hopefully be appointed as a cabinet minister. But this team from Western Kenya are going to get backups. So they are going to be backed up by young leaders, young politicians, like Cleophas Malala is going to play a key role. Then we are going to have Caleb Amisi. And then these young guys are also going to run another youth movement, which is also going to be led by several youths around. I know people like Ambogo. I know there are so many other young leaders who are going to run kind of a youth movement in the entire Western Kenya. So this is the team which is going to consolidate Western Kenya for Raila Odinga. And then we go to Ukambani. The challenge Raila has in Ukambani is that Kalonzo Musyoka will be on the ballot. So that's the fact. Kalonzo Musyoka will not agree again to work under Raila Odinga. Raila Odinga has decided to run. So Raila Odinga is going to bank majorly on 2 people. He was banking on 3 people, but so far there's a chance of Professor Kivutha Kibwana also running for the presidency. So Raila Odinga is going to bank on the support of Charity Ngilu, who is going again to run for the gubernatorial seat in that area. And then he's also going to bank on Alfred Mutua. The idea behind Alfred Mutua is that Alfred Mutua can actually be appointed as a cabinet secretary. But so far, the fear is that Alfred Mutua might also decide to contest for the presidency. And if he will contest for the presidency, then they will have to look for someone else to cover. But so far, the plan is to have Alfred Mutua and Charity Ngilu as the main face of Raila Odinga in Ukambani. And Raila Odinga will then use his own network and those provided by Alfred Mutua and Charity Ngilu. Then Raila Odinga then goes to Central Kenya. In Central Kenya, Raila Odinga is going to bank on President Uhuru Kenyatta and his allies, unless Uhuru is not going to support him. But if Uhuru is going to support him, he's going to bank on President Uhuru Kenyatta and his allies for the support. And here, Raila Odinga is going to bank on the support of Peter Munya. You know, Peter Munya is a sworn enemy of the deputy president, William Samoei Ruto. So Peter Munya is likely to run again as a governor for Meru County. So Peter Munya is going to play a key role here. Then Raila Odinga is also going to bank on Peter Kenneth. And in one of my next videos, I'm going to explain to you why Uhuru Kenyatta is now trying to groom Peter Kenneth to be the prime minister for Raila Odinga. So Peter Kenneth is also going to play a key role. Then there is Anne Waiguru. We know Anne Waiguru has been playing a key role in Raila Odinga's politics, especially when it comes to Central. And the other guy would be the Kiambu Governor Nyoro. So apart from these guys, they're going to be backed up by a battery of other members of parliament from the region who are allied to Raila Odinga. And with that arrangement, Raila Odinga hopes to get between 40 to 50% of the votes from Central Kenya with the support of President Uhuru Kenyatta. So Raila Odinga is hoping to use this team. And if this team will not succeed, then Raila Odinga is going to just face the election in the hope that Central Kenya has never influenced his presidency. So he's going to rely on his usual supporters. You know, Raila Odinga has people all over, some who are constantly with him from the days in NDP, people like Mumbi Ngaru and the rest. So that's how Raila Odinga is planning to deal with the Central Kenya. Now, what about Rift Valley? That's where the challenge is, because Rift Valley is likely to go to William Samoei Ruto. So Raila Odinga is planning that if Gideon Moi is not going to be on the ballot, then he's going to bank on Gideon Moi. And then apart from banking on Gideon Moi, Raila Odinga has areas where he's normally, which has traditionally supported him, the Masais, the Turkanas. So Raila Odinga is still hoping that someone like Josephat Nanok, who went to William Ruto and of late defected back again to ODM party and to Raila Odinga's side, will still support him in the hope that after the elections, probably is going to be appointed as a cabinet secretary. So he's going to bank on the support of Josephat Nanok. Then there is the Isaac Ruto. Isaac Ruto is not going to contest for the presidency, but is going still to use his own political party to try to recapture the Bomet seat. And is also going to support Gideon Moi, but not through CANAAN. He's going to just create his own political party, use it for the purposes of elections. But Raila Odinga is hoping that Isaac Ruto is likely to help him. And then there is the Masais. Raila Odinga is hoping to use two guys in Masai land. He's hoping to use the Ledama Olekina, and then he's also going to try to use Ole Kenta to win the Masais. And apart from these guys, he's also hoping that someone like Ole Lenku will side with him because of the of Kajiado politics. Kajiado politics is a bit tricky, so you must get the support of the Kikuyos there. So he hopes that if Uhuru will be with Raila Odinga, then Masais are with if Uhuru is with Raila Odinga, then the Kikuyos in that region will be with Uhuru Kenyatta. Then the Masais being with Raila Odinga, then Ole Lenku can then decide to run under that ticket and support Raila Amolo Odinga. And then if that will not work, then Raila Odinga is then going to depend on his traditional supporters from that region. And then the next region is the Northeastern region. So far, it's going to depend on the current governors. It's also going to the former governor for Garissa, Nadif Jama, is going to depend on him. He's making a serious comeback. And also in Wajir, Roba is making a comeback to his side in the hope that if there's a regional government, he's going to fit in. If there won't be a regional government, most of these governors are going to eye cabinet appointments. So Raila Odinga is going to bank on those. And of course, new leaders from that region. And then Nairobi. In Nairobi, Raila Odinga is not going to rely on anybody. He's going to rely on his support. But he's also going to bank on the support of Minor Commander and Dennis Waweru to help him deliver the Kikuyu votes to his side. And then from the ODM brigades, Raila Odinga is going to depend on the ODM brigades from that region. After the nominations, the ones which are going to emerge. But for now, it's going to depend on Tim Wanyonyi, who is planning to run for the gubernatorial seat. Then he's going to bank on Aladwa, who is the ODM chairperson of Nairobi. Then people like Anthony Oluoch, Babu Owino, all the ODM brigades from that region. And of course, newcomers like Mbogo and the rest. So he's going to rely on them and the vibrant youth structure of ODM party in Nairobi. And lastly, Nyanza. How is Raila going to handle Nyanza? According to what I've gathered, Raila Odinga is planning to approach Nyanza differently this time. He's hoping that the party will conduct free and fair nominations. He doesn't want to interfere with the nominations, which forced him last time to camp in that region. So Raila Odinga is not going to interfere with that. So he is not going to appoint any other person to take a lead in the campaigns in Nyanza this time around. Because all the governors from Nyanza, Ongwae, Nyangarama, Obado, Rasanga, Awete, 5 of them, all of them are going home. So they are going home. And someone like Obado and Rasanga want to come back either as members of parliament or as senators in the hope that they can be appointed. So in fact, in my video, I'm going to give you a list of ODM governors, second-term governors, who are planning to run for either Senate or members of parliament for an appointment as cabinet secretaries. So in Nyanza, that's the approach Raila Odinga is going to give. But the person who is going to play a key role is Junet Mohammed. Junet Mohammed is the director of elections in ODM, is still going to play a key role. Orengo would have played a key role, but Orengo is also going for a gubernatorial seat. So that seat would demand that he focus on that particular seat. So Those are the dream team of Raila Odinga. I don't know whether you believe they can counter the likes of Didmas Barasa, the likes of Ben Washiali, the likes of Kawaya in Ukambani, the likes of Aisha Jumwa at the coast, whether they can deal with the likes of Ndindi Nyoro. Of course, in Rift Valley, that's Yoni Ngome, the deputy president. So that's the dream team. I want you to tell me whether you think there's some other members who ought to be brought on board in that team. I hope the ODM leadership are going to follow this video closely to listen to your views. Let me know what you think. Thank you guys, and please may you enjoy your day.